everybody, Jeff, your executive gardener. I want to give you an update on the Aerogarden, how it's growing. So I'm growing two things indoors. Excuse the mess with all the cords, but this is all indoors. I wanted to see if I could grow my own dwarf tomatoes indoors with the Aerogarden. So this is one setup. You can go online and see what the Aerogarden's about. It's basically a bit of a hydroponic way of growing your own food indoors. So what I did here is I purchased some Aztec dwarf and I think Tiny Tim cherry tomatoes, and there's I think 6 or 7 spots here for the Aerogarden. And I went out and bought the seeds. I went out and put them into the sponge-like device, which is in each of these cells, as you can see there, and the tomatoes are doing really good. So this is a young tomato plant. There is one that didn't germinate, but all the others did. So what I'll have here is a bunch of, one's a yellow I think, and the other is a cherry tomato. I'll have a ton of tomatoes for salads. These are all cherry tomatoes. It's a great device, this Aerogarden. You simply set it up, kind of runs itself. This pad here will control everything for you. It'll turn the light on and off automatically, and you just put the nutrients in that hole there when it says every 14 days, and it goes on its own. So I'll have pretty much cherries as we move forward, cherry tomatoes, excuse me, as we move forward. And again, just an easy way for anybody to grow your own food indoors if you're not doing so already. Let me show you my other Aerogarden, which I am growing herbs. All right, here's the other one. We're growing this Aerogarden in the kitchen. It's real nice. It just sits there, and you can see we have the herbs are growing really well. Same pod. We've got 2 things of chives, cilantro, tarragon, parsley, and cilantro. So each of them are growing fresh. Again, there's a reservoir under here. Here's the nutrients that you put into it. This thing is pretty automated. As you'll see, it'll show you exactly when to put your nutrients. The light goes on and off automatically. You don't have to do anything. It just sits there and does its thing. My wife loves to cook. Whenever she cooks, she clips what she wants, and then most of these are cut and come again. They'll grow back after you cut the herbs off. This light stand here raises and lowers based on the herbs growing, and it gives them plenty of space. As I was talking about before, this is what the pods look like. So this is a pod. There's a sponge in there, and then there's a dome that goes on top of it as such. All you have to do is put your favorite seeds in there, stick it into one of these pods here, let it do its thing, and it could not be any easier. Now, these are not inexpensive. These are between, I don't know, $85 and $200 each, but they make it easy, man. You can have fresh herbs all the time. Downstairs, as you see, I have fresh tomatoes, and there you go. So if you live in an apartment or a condo and you don't have room to grow in dirt, you can grow this way in these Aerogardens. It works real well for me. Hope you've enjoyed this quick episode. I'll try to come back in a few weeks once we start producing tomatoes on the others, and you can see the herbs are well underway. Hope you've enjoyed this quick episode on growing food indoors. Till next time, Jeff, your executive gardener. Bye.